Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Startup Company, The Perfect Start 2021, Part 2. Okay, so we're back into pandemic gaming, and what we're about to do here is, so we're just having a look at the email campaign. We're skipping through to a new day. Okay, so we've got research, so we've got 504 research points. Next things are sysadmin and a supporter. You're not going to need those for a while, I will tell you that now. So let's have a look at other stuff that's available. So item listing, text ads. So we'll unlock that, because what that'll allow us to do is add an additional feature to the website that will allow us to generate an income. For that though, you will need a sales executive, and we will wait until we're in a slightly bigger office. Okay, so we need to get to 20,000 registered users. Let's go to the features tab. We can get 24,592 and we're at 15,000, so that's very good. So look, we can't upgrade, we don't have the components yet. So the interface module is currently being built by our lead developer, and that will then go on to the video functionality module, which will be needed, one of each, to upgrade our video functionality. So this person's happiness is at 50%. We can pay a bonus of 3,000, which would make them happier. You can also send them home as well. So if you send someone home for a day, which we're going to do, we've got plenty of capacity and research points. And again, have a look at the other members of staff, how happy they are, and what their needs are. So that one we paid a bonus. Sorry, we didn't pay a bonus. That was the daily money going down. Oh dear. So that one's down to 43% happiness. So needs a whiteboard and a 7-hour work day. There we go. That was the bonus. I was thinking ahead. Okay, so that's brought our capital down though to 47,581. Now, I will say in this Perfect Start series, something's happened. So I've played quite a few versions of this to get an idea of the best way to start the game. And this time I actually run out of funds, but am offered a last stop final warning 100k from the venture capital firm that is responsible for the milestones. I actually almost thought I was going to have to go back and restart this whole series due to this, but you'll see that as we get there. So again, managing your component queue for the components that you need. This is where you remove and add stuff so that you get the production that you actually want. So we reorganized it a little bit. Go back in again. So currently the front end module is being developed, and next up will be the video functionality module. There we go, we've got 20,000 users, so we've now got an extra 40k. So the next thing, we're going to need to add a mini cloud server by clicking the hosting tab. So at the moment our website is entirely hosted in the cloud. We don't have any physical on-site servers or cooling, so AC units, or even a building to have as a server room. So we're going to start headhunting now, and we're going to search for a sysadmin because we need the components created by a sysadmin to be able to get the additional cloud server. So let's get that going. Okay, have a look at the Jeets. I don't really pay much attention to them to be honest, because at the moment it's just stock trade and company valuations, so you don't really need to pay much attention to them, but it's nice just to clear them so there's always zero new. So redo the queue here. So we've got missing requirements for the video playback module, so we need to get rid of everything basically. And for some reason it's gone all the way back to the beginning of the queue, which is somewhat annoying, but we'll let that go. So we'll get rid of that, put that back in, then put in that, and there we go, video functionality. So again, you have to play around with these queues quite a bit so that you make sure you get the components that you need, because if you haven't got the fundamental parts that you need to build the module, your member of staff will just sit there doing nothing. So go back to the website, have a look. Feature, we can upgrade that to level 4. But of course at the same time, if you upgrade the landing page further, than the video functionality, you will end up getting sad face. So you have to make sure the levels of your features remain fairly level across the board, which applies of course in business real life. You wouldn't have a ultra high-end landing page with really crappy video functionality. It just wouldn't make sense. So there is logic to the game, and it's why it's so in depth as well. So here we go, we're looking for a sysadmin, so let's go back, see if there's anyone with a decent overall percentage. There we go, 136%. We'll go in with, let's go with, I don't know, 4,500 and go with an initial signing bonus of 1,000. Whoa, 8,900. I think that means that I'm going to be overpaying for this member of staff. Now, we'll go into slightly further on. So, no, 8,100. There's no way I'm paying you that amount of money each month. You're a sysadmin. You're not a CEO. There we go, accepted at 7,500. And select. So now we need to build the components, so virtual hardware and all the other additional ones, just get those in a queue and off we go. Cancel that. Now go to training and start training your CEO. Because what you'll want to do later on is shift the role of your CEO. If you remember, I picked manager and select him to manage 8 members of staff. And what that will do is it will boost the speed that your workers are working at, because you as the CEO are managing them. So that's a good speed boost. So here are the components that we need for a mini cloud server. So 2 firewalls, 2 operating systems, and 2 virtual hardwares. So those are being manufactured by our sysadmin now. So coding away to create the virtual elements. Okay, let's have a look around, see what's going on. Currently website growth is 0%, but that's going to be because the campaign has come to an end. Still can't upgrade yet. So at this stage, with no manager managing the production flow of the modules, it's more challenging to get the modules that you need. But video module is being created, so let's add another front end module there as well. Keep that queue nice and simple. Well, it's a logical flow. You build the components that you need to build the end components that you need, then cycle back round so that you have an infinite loop of creating what you currently need for the features on your website. So let's get rid of those 2 because we don't really need them. We'll add them in that order instead. That makes more sense. We only need 1 of those, but we can add that to the end. And then as it cycles through, all of the components will be there for the next cycle. Okay, hosting, there we go. So we can now add an instance, hit another milestone, that's an additional 20k. Now we need to research and add text ads feature on an empty feature slot. Now we've already researched it, so we know that. So go to revenue features and then go to text ads and add feature. Okay, now to configure it, we're going to need a sales executive to get a contract with a company for advertising. So next we need to research a sales executive. And there we go. Okay, so confirm. Again, back to CEO. We can upgrade him. Lovely. Confirm. Now go to recruitment. Start headhunting. Now we can research salary expectation and research demands as well. So if we now click that on, research salary expectation, we can't do research demands yet. It adds 2 hours to the time it takes to headhunt someone, but what you will get is an idea of what that member of staff wants to be paid, which of course is highly important because it means you're not going to be overpaying and you're going to be going in with an offer that is under what they're expecting, so they can come back with a counter offer. So here we go. So 4,471 is the expected salary. So we'll go to 4,200. And a signing bonus of 1,000. So he's come back with 4,700. Now we know that the expectation is 4,471. So we'll go with 4,400, see what he comes back with. And he's accepted. So $71 under his salary expectation, and that's all thanks to that $1,000 signing bonus. Now we're going to need to get a desk. Starting to run out of space here in this little office. Okay, so select him. There we go. So he is now looking for contracts for us to use for advertising on our website, which will generate us an income. Which is handy, of course, because that's how we need to make money, because at the moment all we are doing is losing capital. There is no income at all, so we're just losing money. So here we go. So, there's also a recommendation there to keep an eye on the server load. If you go above 100%, then of course your website starts slowing down. So it is something to pay attention to. And also something worth mentioning is that you can get a DDoS attack as well, which will massively increase the requirements for your servers. Of course, that's how a DDoS attack works. It's trying to deny the service of your site. You can go viral as well, which I highlighted in the first video. Okay, so we're going to do it for 10 days. We can reduce, there we go. And you can see that we're getting $2.15 CPM. So what we'll do is we'll negotiate that contract and we'll try and get that 2.15 a little higher. So we go to the offer, increase, and then send offer and see what happens. So they've come back with 2.2, so we will go in with 2.3. There we go, and send offer, or you just accept. So there we go, we've negotiated one ad space and we've got 60k. Now we need to install a real server. So at the moment we are this is the next office. So we need a bigger office because everyone's cramped and sitting on top of each other. In fact, just as I was talking about it. So we're going to go for the next office building, which is this one here. It's going to cost us $6,000 a month with an upfront payment of $35,000. Okay, so we've now got another 20k into the pot, so we're at 67k. And we're in a bigger office. So let's move the workstations. Everyone doesn't need to be so cramped. Someone just called in sick. Okay, so let's reorganize the office a little bit. So the two developers there and then the lead developer next to them. We've got the two designers. So where are we going to put the design team? We'll put the design team here. There we go. And move. And then the sysad, we'll move them down to the corner. We know sysadmins like being in the corner facing the opposite way to everyone else. Okay, and then the researchers, we'll put them up against the wall maybe. No, we'll put them on the back wall actually. Put them on the back wall, facing the wall as well. Let them get stuck into their research without being disturbed. There we go. And then move our sales exec down there and we can organise the rest of the office. But for today, that's it for part 2, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Do hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And again, I'll be continuing this series fairly on a weekly-ish basis. There's another milestone, so now we need to hire a marketer. Okay, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Know It All Gaming. Till next time, see you then.